Manipulation is a dangerous tool that can be used to control others and achieve personal agendas. Unfortunately, it is all too common in our daily lives, whether in personal relationships, the workplace, or even society as a whole. It can be difficult to recognize when you are being manipulated, yet it is essential to be able to do so in order to protect yourself from unwanted influence. In this video, we will explore the top 10 signs that you are being manipulated in your life. From subtle tactics like guilt tripping and gaslighting to more overt tactics like threats and coercion, we will cover the most common ways that manipulators try to exert control over their targets. By understanding these signs, you will be better equipped to identify and deal with manipulation before it spirals out of control. Whether you are someone who has experienced manipulation firsthand, or you simply want to be more aware of the tactics that manipulators use, this video will offer valuable insight and guidance. 1. You are constantly being corrected. If you find that you are constantly being corrected by someone else, it may be a sign that you are being manipulated. This manipulation tactic is aimed at undermining your confidence and making you doubt your own abilities and judgment. While occasional feedback and constructive criticism can be helpful, constant correction can be a form of emotional abuse that erodes your self-esteem over time. If you are in a relationship or working with someone who uses this tactic often, it is essential to set boundaries and seek support from trusted friends, family, or professionals. Remember, you have the right to speak up for yourself and assert your boundaries to protect your well-being. 2. You feel like you are always wrong. If you often feel like what you think or do is always wrong, it may be a sign that you are being manipulated in your life. Manipulative people often try to undermine your self-confidence and make you feel like everything you do is incorrect, so that you become more reliant on them for validation and guidance. They may do this by belittling your opinions, dismissing your achievements, or making you doubt your own perception of reality. Over time, this can cause you to doubt yourself and become more susceptible to manipulation, as you become more willing to accept what someone else says is the truth. If you feel like you are constantly second-guessing yourself, it may be worth examining your relationships and seeking support from trusted friends or professionals if needed. 3. You are being taken advantage of. One of the common signs that you are being manipulated is that you feel like you are being taken advantage of. Manipulators will exploit your kindness, generosity, and willingness to help. They will ask you for favors and demand your time and attention without giving you anything in return. Additionally, manipulators will make you feel guilty if you don't comply with their requests, making you believe that you're responsible for their feelings or problems. If you feel like you are constantly being used or taken advantage of by someone, it is important to establish boundaries and communicate your needs and expectations clearly. Remember that it's okay to say no and prioritize your own well-being. 4. You are being made to feel guilty. Manipulators love to use guilt as a tool to control individuals. If someone wants to make you feel guilty, it is a sign that they are trying to evoke a particular behavior or response from you. The worst part is, manipulators will do this even when you have done nothing wrong. They will create a situation where you are made to feel guilty in order to turn the tables in their favor. If you find that you are being made to feel guilty, take a step back and assess the situation. Ask yourself if it is justified, or if the manipulator is simply trying to control you through emotional manipulation. Remember that it is important to set boundaries and stand up for yourself in such situations, to avoid being taken advantage of or manipulated. 5. Your decisions are being controlled. If you feel like your life is not truly your own, it could be a sign that you are being manipulated. One common manifestation of manipulation is the feeling that your decisions are being controlled. Unscrupulous individuals may exert pressure on you to choose certain activities, friends, or even romantic partners. Without realizing it, you may end up bending to their will, even if it is against your own best interests. Manipulators may use guilt, fear, or shame to steer you in a specific direction, and they may even criticize or belittle you if you do not comply with their requests. If you recognize this pattern in your own life, you should take the time to reflect on your relationships and consider setting firmer boundaries to protect your autonomy. 6. Your feelings are being dismissed. Being manipulated in life can manifest in many different ways, and sometimes it can be difficult to recognize when it is happening to you. One sign to look out for is when your feelings are being dismissed. This can take many forms, including being told to just get over it, or stop being so sensitive. When this happens, it can make you feel like your emotions aren't valid or that you are being overly dramatic. However, it is important to remember that everyone's feelings and experiences are valid, and you deserve to be listened to and taken seriously. If you are experiencing this kind of dismissal regularly, it may be time to reassess your relationships and consider seeking support from a trusted friend or mental health professional. 7. You are being isolated. One of the signs that you may be manipulated in your life is if you are being isolated. Isolation can come in many forms, from a partner who discourages you from spending time with your loved ones, to a boss who tries to cut off all communication with your colleagues. Isolation is often used as a tactic by emotional manipulators, as it can make their victim feel more vulnerable and dependent on the manipulator. It can be difficult to recognize isolation early on, as manipulators may begin by suggesting that they spend more time alone together, but gradually increase the amount of time they spend alone until the victim has few or no other social connections. If you find yourself being cut off from your usual support systems or social networks, it is important to assess whether this is happening due to external factors, or whether someone in your life is intentionally manipulating you. 8. You are being made to feel powerless. One of the signs that you may be dealing with a manipulative individual is the feeling of powerlessness. The manipulator could be using tactics such as guilt tripping, blame shifting, or gaslighting to make you feel like you are not in control of your own life. They may use phrases like, "You can't do this without me," or, "You need me to make this decision for you," which can undermine your confidence and decision-making abilities. This can be especially harmful in personal relationships where the manipulator seeks to maintain control over their partner. If you are feeling powerless in any aspect of your life and suspect you may be dealing with a manipulative person, it's important to reach out to a trusted friend, family member, or professional for support and guidance on how to address the situation. 9. You are constantly being questioned. One of the most common signs that you are being manipulated is that you feel like you are constantly being questioned. Manipulators use questioning as a way to gather information about your thoughts, feelings, and actions, and to gain control over you. They may ask you probing questions that make you feel uncomfortable, or try to get you to reveal personal details about yourself that you would rather keep private. If you find that someone in your life is constantly questioning you, it's important to be cautious and guard your thoughts and feelings. Remember that you have the right to set boundaries and protect your privacy, and don't feel obligated to answer every question that is asked of you. 10. Your opinions are being ignored. One common sign of being manipulated in your life is when you feel that your opinions are being ignored. This could occur in various settings, such as the workplace, family, or personal relationships. Being disregarded repeatedly can leave you feeling powerless, unheard, and undervalued. Manipulators often do this intentionally to control the situation and gain more power. They may make decisions without your input, dismiss your suggestions or ideas, or even mock your point of view. It is important to recognize this behavior and address it with assertiveness and boundaries. Remember, your opinions are just as important as anyone else's, and you deserve to be heard and respected. Being aware of signs of manipulation in our lives is crucial to our emotional and physical well-being. Recognizing and setting clear boundaries for ourselves can help us to prevent being manipulated in relationships, at work, or in any other aspect of our lives. By standing up for ourselves and trusting our own intuition, we can take control of our lives and avoid the unhealthy influence of manipulative individuals. Remember, you always have the power to say no and choose what is best for you. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more.